everyone, Thornton Smash here, and there's been a lot of worry about Palworld losing a lot of its players, and maybe is it on the verge of dying. However, with new reports coming out and how much it has actually sold compared to some other games, that does not seem to be the case. So we're going to do a deep dive into what's going on with Palworld, how it's going to be handling its future, and what good things we have to look forward to about the game and how it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. There have been few titles that managed to capture the attention of millions of players within such a short span of time. Pokemon would have been one of those that you could easily mention. However, the newest kid on the block, Palworld, developed by Pocket Pair, is a game that has made such huge waves in the gaming industry. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing what they've been able to accomplish. It has a unique blend of crafting mechanics, survival elements, and of course the whole Pokemon with guns theme, which everyone seems to have latched onto. I still maintain that I really don't see that comparison, but it is the salad dressing the game, so I guess I kind of get it. And most recently, Palworld has managed to achieve remarkable success on the Steam platform, as it has now sold 15 million copies within just 1 month of its release. And the crazy part is, like, it's hard to put this number into contrast or perspective for you guys, but if you compare it to other notable titles that came out this year, or at least in 2023, Palworld absolutely decimates them. Like, when you compare it to Elden Ring, which is a fantastic game, one of my favorites last year, and Hogwarts Legacy, which is a completely different genre than Elden Ring, but also I really enjoyed as an RPG and Harry Potter fan, and it beat both of them in a month. It took the entire year for Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy to beat Palworld. That is crazy. And while Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy took nearly a year to achieve similar sales numbers, Palworld doing that in a month just showcases that this game isn't going anywhere anytime soon, no matter what you may believe. Unless, of course, Nintendo decides to get a little sticky, which we'll cover in just a minute. Now, one key factor contributing to Palworld's success on Steam is the fact that it does have dedicated servers, which allows players to create and join multiple worlds. You can get up to like 32 players on this game, which really makes it easy to hop in with your friends and just have a fantastic time. It's one of the things that I loved about Ark and why I don't consider this really Pokemon with guns, and more so the next generation of survival game. Now, this is actually a feature that makes Steam very different from the Xbox counterpart, where dedicated servers are not currently available, which is kind of a shame. I'm sure at some point we'll have it, but you are limited to online co-op in smaller groups. And Pocket Pair has said they are actively working to achieve parity between the two versions, so they do have a commitment to making this game more fully fleshed out for both console and PC. There has also been some controversy with Palworld's meteoric rise to success. As we talked about earlier, the game's concept of Pokemon with guns has actually sparked debate and drawn comparisons to the Pokemon franchise, leading to allegations of intellectual property infringement. Now, I want to be very clear here, Nintendo has not said that they are infringing on their property. It's mainly the fan base that seems to be going back and forth about this. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that Pocket Pair has actually received death threats from Pokemon fans that are calling it a ripoff. I am a Pokemon fan, and I want to be very clear, do not send death threats to anyone. This is the stupidest thing ever. Let people have their Palworld game and you go ahead and play Pokemon. It's not like Palworld is gonna bankrupt Pokemon so it stops existing. And you know what? Good on Pocket Pair, because through all this, they have remained steadfast in its vision for Palworld, as they have been pretty on top of addressing critical issues and working on implementing an anti-cheat, as hackers have recently attacked the game a bit. Now, one thing that we really do need to see in Palworld for these sales numbers to increase is we do need more endgame content. There has actually been a leak of a Mewtwo-like creature, and I'm not sure if they'll actually add this into the game. It's called the Dark Mutant. It's overall pretty cool, but I'm not sure if they decided not to add it in because, well, that whole Nintendo element of Mewtwo infringement, whatever, or if it's actually planned for future content. Pocket Pair has said in the future they are going to add PvP, raid bosses, and even new islands to further make the game's content better. When that comes, well, we'll have to see. They probably need to get the servers to be a little bit more stable, as there is an issue every now and then with them. And also, to add on to this, Pocket Pair has been pretty optimistic about what the game's future holds, even with player base falling, because it has lost a bit of its player base. They've said it's okay to take breaks and move on to other games. They actually encourage it, and it will probably give the developers more time to get the servers stable, and then also provide content that will give us more meaningful grinds for the long term. What's kind of crazy though, and I think that also needs to be talked about, is that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which many people are pointing out is Palworld's main competition, has sold just under 25 million units as of December 2023. Now, I do know that Palworld is on Game Pass, and when you combine it with the 15 million that is on Steam, they've actually matched that at 25 million in just the month, and that might actually make Nintendo a little bit worried. Now, it's not the same amount, as some of them are free on Game Pass with the downloads, but when you consider that Palworld started its development 3 years ago with a budget of 10K and a group of developers who had never developed a game before, 25 million players is a huge milestone, and Pokemon might want to get their act together, or at least get a hold of Game Freak and say, hey, we should start doing this kind of content ourselves. What are your guys' thoughts on the future of Palworld? Have you taken a break, or are you continuing to play it and grind it out with your friends? Do you think this game has a huge life cycle ahead of it, or are you a little bit worried about it? Also, if you guys are looking for more news on stuff like the finals, Helldivers 2, Halo, or anything else, you can check out my other videos right here. And until next time, thank you for stopping by. And are you guys gonna play with those toys all day? All right, okay.